What's going on, guys? So I want to talk about a card that, well, we're gonna get right on with it. I just want to talk about this good card because it's just got me going fucking on. Alright, so I've always talked about how we need more draw power in this game, and I know the card's probably been discussed probably about other YouTubers, but I just found out about it because, you know, I'm always late to the fucking game. Oh. But anyways, I always felt like more draw power is needed, and they took out one of my favorite cards, which was kind of like even draw power if you had a shitty hand, which was card destruction. I mean, it was a minus, but, you know, they took it away because obviously it was overpowered in Dark Worlds, but then they also took away my Morphing Jar that I would sometimes randomly play as a tech. Now, this is not necessarily like those cards, but it has a nice little feel to it, so let's get on with what the card is. So as from the title, it's called Multiple Destruction. I'm going to read it off over here because I'm not going to just bring it up on my phone, so you just let me peek. If both players have 3 or more cards in their hand, both players place the entire hand on the bottom of their deck in any order, and if they do, you lose 300 life points for each card returned to the deck. Then, each player draws 5 cards. You can only activate one Multiple Destruction per turn. Now, obviously, this is also a bonus to your opponent, but this is also can kind of be a winning factor depending on how many of your life points your opponent has. But, I mean, once again, that's kind of like a Gaga Cowboy situation. How many times it's going to happen, nobody fucking knows. But the reason why I like this card is it's kind of even playing field. Everybody kind of gets a fresh start. Now, obviously, you might take more damage than your opponent, and vice versa, and you might be helping out your opponent. But sometimes you can maybe like counteract this, make sure you have more cards, or maybe set all your cards in the field and place one, and only have one in your hand, and then you only lose 300 life points while your opponent maybe loses, like say he has 4, so he loses like 1,200 life points, and then you both get 5 cards. So he loses 4 and you get 5, and you set your cards to do something with it. That is something a plus you could do with this card the turn you activate it, because if you have a bunch of spells and traps in your hand and you already have a monster in the field, you might be able to still have to keep one card in your hand, but you have the advantage by being able to activate it. Though, with this being generic trap, your opponent can also activate it too. So it goes both ways, it's pretty much just who draws it first. Now, I feel like this is a draw card that really should not be, like, taken down. Like, sometimes a card's made in the game and that it's going to be broken or that it's going to be removed, and while the card is broken and I don't think it should be at 3, I think it should be limited to 1 eventually. Obviously, it's not going to be right away. But the next time that it goes away, or they want to hit it, because it is a pretty good card, I feel like they should keep it at 1, because this is like the one drawing card that I feel like we should have. It's a pretty decent and fair card. Granted, like I said, you can kind of abuse it to where it's going to be better in your factor, but that's just how the game is. Usually when it's your turn, you can make things better for you. And it's a trap. So you can also do it when your opponent draws a card and you think they drew something good, and then you can just flip it, and they put it at the bottom of their deck. The thing is that's also better about this is you're not losing your cards. It's not like a card destruction or Morphing Jar. You're just putting it back into the deck and you shuffle it. I think, does it say shuffle? Oh no, it's just bottom of your deck in any order. So if you shuffle later from some other card, searching, whatever it be, the cards are still there, which I think is a real pro to this, because you're not, that's why it's really still draw power, especially because you're not getting rid of it. Like, it's not like, oh, you like trade in, oh, you discard 1, you draw 2. No, I still have everything in my deck. I don't have to get rid of anything useful. It's just going to be shuffled in, and I might not see it till a little while later. But if you do need some of those cards in your hand right now, if they're spell or traps, you can just set them and, you know, pray for the best. And the reason why this card's also better is because it's a trap, so you have to activate it on your opponent's turn regardless. But like I said, though, you can set a bunch of cards and activate the trap. But that's another pro about it. It's not a spell, which I think makes it a little bit better, unlike Pot of Greed, Pot Duality. You can't use it in your turn. It's kind of like a Reckless. You gotta wait. So that kind of keeps it from being abused a little bit. You gotta wait, and that makes it like 10 times better. It's just a card that I would like to have in my deck now. Now, obviously, someone will probably find a way to abuse this, do something with it as the game goes. I don't even want to think of the clues, so I'm probably not being really helpful here. But I'm just letting you know of an awesome card that I want to use it, and I can't wait for it. So, I want you guys to let me know of your thoughts down below. Do you think this card's going to be OP? Do you think it's going to be broken? Or do you think it's kind of like once and for all, like a pretty fair draw card for either player? I mean, obviously it's not going to be a little less fair to your opponent, but still, do you think it's a draw card that we've been needing? Because that's what I'm going to call it. It might be, people might not call it a draw card, but I think it's a draw power card. But, I mean, it basically is. I don't see how it's not a draw card, but like I said, let me know down below. Also, by the way, I want to say again, because nobody's been doing it, I get at least average to 300, 400 people watch my videos within the first 24 to 36 hours. So if you do, add me add me on Facebook. The link's down below. If you have a Facebook, which I know pretty much like 80% of people do, just add me so you know when my videos are uploaded. The link will be down below. And also, it's at the end. It's just Facebook/weryugioh. So yeah, add me. Alright, I'll see you later, guys.